Well, hello friends. Welcome back to Winnie's Recipes. It's been a while, but guess what we have here for you today? We are getting close to Thanksgiving, and I decided to show you my simple recipe for Tex Mex Cornbread. Tex Mex Cornbread, so that's not your usual cornbread. That means I'm going to show you all what we have here that goes into my cornmeal, and you're just going to see how fast, easy, and quick you can put this together and get a special cornbread baked for the family at Thanksgiving. So here I have 2 eggs. Now I have jalapeno peppers, just chopped about a half of a big pepper. I chopped it up. It can get pretty spicy. I have here a quarter of diced onions. I have here a stick of butter, just about 2 spoons of margarine. This is what I have here, melted. I have my half cup of sugar, somewhat heaped. So this is a half cup of sugar. Now I had glazed my corn off of the cob. I shaved it off of the cob. So this is just one corn on the cob, shaved. And I have here a half cup of buttermilk, half cup of milk. And already in my pan I have, let me go ahead and toss it together. I have a full cup cornmeal, 1 3/4 cup flour. I have 2 full teaspoons of baking powder and 1 full teaspoon of baking soda. Now I had a pinch of salt added to this as well, a pinch of salt. This is really all you need. Now all my dry ingredients are mixed well together. The sugar, the cornmeal, the flour, the baking powder, the baking soda, pinch of salt. Now everything is going to come in together, and I'm going to mix them. There goes the corn. Trust me, when you try this cornbread, you will not have it any other way. This right here is my go-to cornbread whenever it's time for those festivities like Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. So we're putting this together. We're going to mix this, as you can see. Just want to get an even mix right here, and then I'm going to toss all of the fluid ingredients in this, and we will bake. Now I'm going to call this a part 1 because I'm going to urge you to be on the lookout for the actual cornmeal dressing that will come after this one. I have a cornmeal dressing that I make, and I make it out of the crumbled cornbread. That is a full, beautiful meal on its own. It's gained a lot of popularity with friends. I would like you to follow through on that part 2, because part 2 is going to be when we bake the actual cornmeal dressing. Some might call it stuffing. It's a dressing, is what I call it. It's the richest. It's like a full meal on its own. It's beautiful. And once I get this all mixed well together, I will be right back, just right before we pop this in the oven. There we go. Now, you would agree with me that this is really simple. Very simple recipe. All right, we'll be right back. I've got a beautiful color here of a mix. This is really the consistency you're looking for when you've got a very good mix. And this is going right into my baking pan right here. Your oven, heat it up to 350. And you would have this beautiful looking mix right in and be ready to pop in the oven. And you might want to know, but how long can I bake it till? I'm going to be honest with you, this bakes pretty fast. I mean, you don't really bake it for a whole hour. You want to keep your eye on it. Anywhere from 40 minutes. This cornbread should be good to go. And you want to keep an eye on it, like I said. And if you feel that your oven didn't quite get it all cooked in 40 minutes, then just let it stay in the oven probably like another 10 minutes. All right. Okay, well, we'll be right back to see this cornbread out of the oven. Well, we are right back. We just got this beautiful bake out of the oven. Just take a look at this. Isn't that just sumptuous looking? That's what I call it. All right, so it's actually been sitting about 10-15 minutes. And this is your baked Tex Mex cornbread. You just see how that cuts right through. And we're just going to get us a little piece here. And there's so many ways you can do this. You can smother some butter all over. Right now it's probably going to be a little crumbly as I try to get it out. Oh, yep, I knew that was going to happen. Should have let it sit for at least a half hour. Now look at this. Yes, you really want to let this sit for a good half hour, because what that does is you can cut through without it all crumbling up on you. But nonetheless, we got our cornbread. Do you see how fluffy? Look at that. How moist? Yes, I'm just going to scoop this out. And that's because I didn't leave it to sit for up to a half hour. You always want to make sure you let it sit for a half hour. That always helps. Okay. So, you know that I'm going to taste this. This is filled with goodness in it. Chunks of cornbread, as you can see. Your corn, your jalapeno. And I'm going to take that and have a taste, and I'm going to tell you how heavenly this tastes. Oh my goodness. For your family, this Thanksgiving, you want to give them a treat. Homemade Tex-Mex cornbread. You can increase the jalapenos depending on how spicy you want yours to be. From my kitchen to yours. Thank you for tuning in to Winnie's Recipes. Give this a try. We'll be back with the part 2, and I'm going to show you how to make a cornbread dressing. Till then, have a good evening.